Hello, this is just a quick introduction to Google's Science Journal. So you will need to download Science Journal on the App Store if you're on iOS, or on the Google Play Store if you're on Android. It is free, there's no ads, and it gives you access to all the sensors that are in your phone. And launch Science Journal here. And this will probably pop up here where it'll say welcome to Science Journal. You're welcome to go into that and take a look at what they have to say. And they've got a link there and some, a little bit of information. But I'm going to actually make a new one because you're probably going to want to make a new one. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus that is down here in the bottom right of the screen. So go ahead and hit the plus. And now you can edit the experiment right here. You can give it a title. You can choose a photo, etc. So I'm just going to call this test. There we go. All right, and then you don't have to do that. It'll leave it untitled if you want. And now you can add some notes here if you want. So you can add some written observations if you want, and that's all well and good. You can take a picture with the camera. You can add photos over here. You can add photos from your photo gallery, and then the main one that you're going to be using is right here. This little circle with the little graph there, the little sine, cosine, whatever that is there. Okay, all right. And when you're in this menu, it's going to pop up by default here, the accelerometer, but you can tap to get rid of that, or you can tap to take a look at the acceleration in the Y direction, the Z direction, and this is where all your sensors are at. Scroll around in here and you can take a look at all the different sensors that your phone has. You might have to allow some stuff. So I've already done this on this phone, but like when you first launch the app, you do want to allow it access to everything because that's how it's going to get the information from like the camera for the light sensor, or from the microphone for the decibels and the frequency if you're doing a sound thing. So you do need to allow in terms of the permissions to go ahead and have access to the sensors that are built into your phone. Okay. All right. And you might not have all the ones that I have here. You might have additional ones. I don't know. It just depends on your phone. If you're doing any of the experiments and your sensor is not working, there will always be another option. You just have to let me know, and I'll provide you with another option for that lab or activity. All right. So some other stuff in here. We've got barometric pressure. There's brightness, and I believe it does use the front-facing camera for the brightness. I think it warns you when it does that, and I believe the same thing for the microphone. We got a compass. Linear accelerometer, so we don't have to worry about the XYZ. If I just I'm shaking my phone right now and I'm getting some numbers no matter what direction I twist or shake it in. All right, we got a thing to measure magnetic fields. AP Physics 2 will probably get to see at least a demonstration of that. Pitch, so I can move. There you go. You can see a different pitch there. Okay, and now this is just showing you what's happening in real time. There's the decibels going into the mic I got on here. Okay, but what you're going to want to do is you're not going to want to just look at the real-time value. You're going to actually collect the data so you can get it out into something like Excel. So this is kind of important. So let's say that I wanted to start collecting some data. There's this button down here at the bottom, the record button. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record. So now I'm actually capturing the data, not just looking at it. So I'm actually recording data now of my voice in terms of the sound intensity, the decibels. So if I talk quietly, it's going to get lower. And if I talk loudly, it's going to get a little bit higher in terms of the decibels. And when you're done collecting your data, you just hit stop. All right, and that thing's going to keep going crazy, but that's fine. You can scroll left and right on this thing and see what it's done, but you have captured the data now. So let's go ahead and now that we've done that, let's go ahead. There we go. So there it says recording. I just swiped down on that. There it says recording 16 seconds, and then this experiment that I'm doing, and I could do another one if I wanted to. I could go ahead and go back to my sensors at the bottom of the screen here. There it is again. So I can go to and I can make another one. So I could go ahead and hit a record again. So now I'm collecting some more data, blah, 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 testing, stop. Okay. And now if I take a look, swipe that down and away again. Oops. Attempt to anyway. And then there I have my recording too. So you can do multiple trials. So if you want to share the entire thing, you could send a PDF, but that's not going to get you the actual stuff to go into Excel. So I'm going to hit the 3-line button here, and I'm going to go into one of the trials. So I'm tapping on one of the trials, and then I'm going to click share. Turn on relative time. I had some issues when I didn't use relative time. And then I'm going to tap share. If iOS or Android, you basically just want to email this to yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Gmail and send this to myself. All right. And that should be it. Now you can open that up. You should have a CSV file, which you can open up in Excel. And then there's the actual data. That time there, I've opened up the CSV file on my phone. Obviously, you'll be doing this on your laptop most likely. You have Excel built in, but you'll be able to then analyze that data. And that relative time is in milliseconds. So this will open in Excel on your computer. And then you can save it as an Excel workbook. That's just fine.